This is the second question in your self-exercise 7.2. Li Ying, can you read this question?
A factory produces waste A and B using machines P and Q. The table below shows the time taken to produce each type of waste. The factory produces X units of waste A and Y unit of waste B a week. Machine P operates not more than 2,000 minutes, while machine Q operates at least 1,800 minutes. The production of waste B does not exceed 3 times that of the production of Waste A, other than x larger or equal to 0 and y larger or equal to 0, write three inequalities that satisfy all constraints above. Using a scale of 2 cm to 10 units on both axes, construct and label the region R that satisfies all constraints. By using the graph from B, find the minimum number of waste B produced if the factory intends to produce only 30 units of waste A. The maximum profit per week if the profit from one unit of West A and one unit of West B are 300 and 250 respectively.
Okay. Now, as you read the question, you have to identify two types. What are the two types here? Of course, if you look at the table given, you can easily tell me that the two types, they are the two type of vase, vase A and vase B. Okay, so we know there are two types of vase. This flower pot, not pot, it's a vase. Okay, right. So first of all, you identify the type. In this case, it is given in the question, so you just copy down that base. Now the two types, they are type A and type B. Okay. There are two other rows here. Can you still remember what to put in here? The third under here, the B here. What to put here? Total. Total. You don't have to. They don't have to tell you. You have to know it's a total, right? Then another one. What is at the bottom of the column there? Maximum or minimum? The constraint, right? Next one. Uh, Automatically you know the number, right? You don't follow this table exactly. This number appears in every question. So the number of phase A is X. The number of phase B is Y. The total number, here say total means you must put total. The total number is X plus Y. Now, other than number, what are the factors that affect the production of this vase? The, the other factor is machine, machine P, right? This machine P, they use 40 minutes to produce one vase A. But then we want X vase A. So the total time taken by this machine P will be 40x. The same machine P is used to produce vase B. Now this vase B, one vase B needs 20 minutes to produce, right? But we have one Y vase B. So you have to take 20 times Y, the total time needed to produce this vase B. So the machine is functioning all the time. So it can produce vase A and vase B. So the total time used to produce vase A and vase B is 40x plus 20y. So this is the total time used by machine P to produce a certain number of x and y. And this machine P has a restriction. The restriction is that machine P operates not more than 2000 minutes. So this is the constraint, the constraint on the production time of machine P. So that means the total time here, 40x plus 20y, must be less than 2000. Must be less than 2000. Okay, now we look at machine Q, right? The next factor that affects the production is machine Q. Okay, machine Q for vase A, one vase A will take 30 minutes, faster than machine P lah. They only take 30 minutes. But one vase 30 minutes, but we have X number of them. So it has to be 30 times X, right? Has to be 30 times X. The same machine Q can be used to produce vase B. One vase B, they use how many minutes? 60 minutes to produce, right? But we are not going to produce only one. We are going to produce Y. So the total time taken to produce vase B is 60 times Y. 60 times Y. Okay. Then the total time, the production time for this machine Q is 30x plus 60y. So this is the time using the machine Q. And what is the constraint? This machine Q is very funny. You must use it more than 1800 minutes. So the production time 1800 minutes, but this time is not less. It has to be more than 1800 minutes. The last factor is the profit, right? Profit for vase A is 300. One vase is 300, but X vase will be 300X. Then the profit for vase B, one vase B, is 250, but we have Y of them. So the profit is 250Y. The total profit is 300X plus 250Y. Okay. Now, then you may ask this question. Do we need to draw a table when we answer this question? Marks will be given for the table or not? Number one, not necessary to draw the table. Number two, marks is not given for the table. Okay. Then why I teach you how to draw the table? Because there are so many things in this question. Without drawing the table, I don't know where to put all these numbers. So I draw the table to help me to organize all the numbers. Then I know where to put the number, whether it multiply by X or multiply by Y. I will not be confused. I just go according to the row. I get the total, I get everything. Okay or not? Any question on the table?
Hey, teacher.
No question. You know how to draw the table. Very good. After drawing the table, you can create the inequalities. From the constraint, you can create the inequalities. Okay, the first one. This one. 40x plus 20y must be less than or equal to 2000. The constraint on machine P is this machine P very good, but you cannot use more than 2000 minutes. So it has to be less than 2000. So I write down 40x plus 20y less than or equal to 2000. This equation I can simplify and reduce to the intercept form. Sorry, not intercept form, gradient form. Okay, so divide by 20. Divide by 20, this will be 2. Divide by 20, this will be 100. So the 2x you move to the right hand side becomes negative 2x plus 100. So from the equation in this form, I can find the gradient. The gradient is negative 2 over 1. The y-intercept is 100. This one, y 100. Then the x-intercept, you close this. You close this. You close this. So 40x equal to 2000. So what is your x? X is 50. So here I identify the gradient, I identify the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Now this is going to help me to plot the line. Okay. Next one. The next constraint is on the machine queue. This machine queue is very funny. You must use more than 1800 minutes. So this is the total time. The total time is more than 1800. So again, you make y the subject of the formula. Y equals to negative 1 over 2x plus 30. From this equation, you identify the gradient, negative 1 over 2. Now, what is this number 30 here? This number 30 is the y-intercept. Cannot see the x-intercept here. So in order to find the x-intercept, you close this. 30x equal to 1800. So x is equals to 1800 divided by 30. So 1800 divided by 30, the answer is 60. So the x-intercept is 60. Okay. Any questions so far? No. No question, then we go on to the last constraint. The last constraint says must be 3 times. Is it? Yeah. The production is over here. Right? Is over here. The production waste B is Y, does not exceed 3 times the production of waste A. Waste B you replace with the Y. Waste A you replace with X. So X less than or equal to 3X. Y less than or equal to 3X. So this is how we create this equation here, this inequality here. Now this inequality, it passes through the origin. 0. So the gradient is 3, it is 3 over 1. 3 over 1. So I put them nicely in gradient form so that afterwards I can straight away plot and draw the region, right? Last factor is the profit. Profit is here. Through K, the profit I call it K. K is 300x plus 250y. This thing, the profit here. And again, even the profit, which is the objective function, I have to change it to y equals to mx plus c. From there, I can get this gradient. Gradient is negative 6 over 5. And this will help me to plot the objective function afterwards. Any questions?